It's in the name, really. I act. Going off script.
Hello guys, Abacabara, and welcome to this special video today where one of my subscribers got in touch with me via Instagram and asked me to pray for the Palestinians. Now, obviously, I've seen in the UK here, has been all over the media lately with the conflict. This video that I've found from The Guardian is the recent attack at the mosque during Ramadan, during one of the most holy nights of Ramadan, and the attack towards the Palestinian people who were in the mosque by the Israeli police. I'm just going to dive in to this video, this short video. Well, there we go. I mean, that's not easy to watch. I mean, these are people that were praying in a mosque, and seemingly they were just attacked by Jewish police. And I understand that there was a rally from the Israeli side that was marching through the mosque or past the mosque and should have been rerouted, but wasn't. And then the clashes started. I mean, look, that's a hard video to watch. It's hard to see people who are gathering to pray, having bullets fired at them and missiles and all this kind of stuff. I think there are two sides to every story in every sort of situation. But I think particularly in the US and the UK and a lot of Western countries, the Israeli-Palestinian conflict is kind of told through a bias. The UK and US governments tend to favour the Israelis and tend to be on Israel's side for political reasons. And they don't really report the horrible, inhumane ways that the Israelis have treated the Palestinians. And this isn't a recent thing, this has been going on for decades. And it's interesting that I read that the Human Rights Watch Committee, which is a global body and carries a lot of weight around the world, has said that the Israeli government and the Israeli military are guilty of the crime of apartheid and persecution. So they have actually been found guilty of this. And why have they been found guilty about that? Well, because they are not treating Palestinian people as second-class citizens. They are treating them as zero citizens. They're not even treating them like people. They are removing them from their homes. They're getting rid of their properties. They are giving them absolutely no rights whatsoever, and they're treating them like as if they don't even exist in their own land. It's outrageous. It's outrageous that the rest of the world, particularly in the West, is not recognizing this as wrong, as immoral, as inhumane, because that's what it is. It's terrible. It's one of the worst acts of absolute atrocity going on in the world right now. And I understand that a lot of countries in the East, particularly Indonesia, is very sympathetic and very sad and very angry that this is continuing to happen for decades and still is happening. And I think the fact that it's happened during Ramadan while these people were in the mosque has brought it even more to light. I also think, and this is a point from the UK ambassador, Hussam Zumlot, who was on a UK program last night, which I watched and found very interesting. The Palestinians get blamed for retaliation. They get blamed when they fight back. But what are they supposed to do? What are they supposed to do? If you're being attacked, if you're being pillaged, if your whole existence and your whole way of life is trying to be wiped out, your rights taken away from you, treated like a non-human being, what are you going to do? You're going to retaliate. Yes, you're going to fight back. But every time the Palestinians do that, that's when the media, particularly in this part of the world, report that. And they report that Palestinians are firing rocks. They report that the Hamas are sending rockets over to Israel. And Israel is made to look like the victim. And that is what this guy had said. What Israel is doing day in, day out to the Palestinians, the horrible things that they're doing, the killings that they are standing over, are not reported. But when the Palestinians have enough, when they're tired and they fight back, then that becomes world news. It's good that a global body is recognizing that what Israel is doing is wrong, that they are breaking international law, that they must stop doing this. They must stop treating the people like they don't belong at all. Whether or not they will do that is another thing completely. But in summary, I think I don't want to say that Israel and the Israeli people don't. I'm not saying I don't have sympathy for them, because innocent people, in Israel have died as a result of this conflict as well. But I have to say that my thoughts and prayers go out to the Palestinian people, and I hope very much that this conflict can come to an end very, very soon, because it is so sad, it is so awful to see innocent people dying as a result of this. And of course, I'm Irish, and Ireland also has always stood by Palestine and has supported them and has kept them, in their thoughts and prayers. So